So it begins.
Alright, welcome back to another video of So It Begins. As we go through the experience of a new account, I'm still excited about the previous video because it was so much fun, and it was only about 30 seconds ago that I finished recording that, but we're going to pretend like that was a couple days ago, and I just have you ignore the fact that this still says earn a new deck tomorrow, which if it was a couple days later, it wouldn't say that anymore. So we're going to ignore all that, and we're going to get right back in. Now, we still have this darn mission. Says cast 30 white or blue spells, and I really want to play that blue deck again, so we're going to do that until we get the mission, and then we're going to look at the red deck. And maybe get to the black, but probably just stick to the red one, because that's got some cool cards, and when we opened up some packs in the first video, we got some red cards, so I'm super excited. We're going to do the blue one, we'll see how it works. I'm going to stick to the regular play part, and we're just going to dive in. And hopefully we can get the experiences that we got in the last game, because that was super fun. And we got to see a lot of interesting things. We got to look at flying and how flying is super powerful. We got to see trample, although we didn't get to really see it used. We did also get to see how removal works. And even though blue removal is not particularly good, it worked really well. So we get to go first, which is big, because going first usually gives you a pretty big advantage. This isn't a great hand, but we're going to keep it. We've got 4 lands, which is a lot. We've got a 2, a 3, and a 5. So when I talked about curve in the first video, a curve, I mean you've got enough cards so that you can go like hopefully 1 drop, or 1 cost spell, 2 cost spell, 3 cost spell, and so on. Well, we've got enough. So we don't have enough cards in this account to actually have a perfect curve, but our opponent only has 6 cards in hands. He mulligans, so that gives us a big advantage as well. So turn 2, we're going to play a Diamond Mare again, so he's playing white. Now normally a white deck, okay, so we're just going to play this coup. For 2, again he's a 1-3, so he's good on defense. So every time we play a blue spell, we gain a life. So normally a white deck's going to play something on turn 1, and then 2 more things on turn 2, or 1 thing on turn 2. White is a really solid color in Standard. When you get better cards. The fun thing about this is, at the beginning you're discovering all the different decks and new cards, but what's really fun is when you start getting the good cards and you start being able to build better decks, and you start seeing the same decks more often. Like at the low levels, people just kind of build whatever. Okay, so this is white-black, so this is interesting. So, remember last time I attacked before I played something, just so that I had open mana that wasn't tapped or used. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to next. And it's only 1 damage, but let's do it. Maybe they'll use a spell. Nope. Okay. So we're going to play this. So he costs 3. He's a 1 blue and 2 other. And when he enters the battlefield, I get a 1/1 Thopter. So I gain my 1 life. Okay, so when he comes in, so he enters the battle, and I get a 1/1 Thopter. The name doesn't really matter, it's just the type of creature it is. Basically, it's a 1/1 artifact creature with flying. So now I have 3 guys. So this is what a white deck normally does. Okay, so we're playing white-black. So this is probably the deck that you get on like the 2nd or the 3rd day. So he's probably got a kill spell in hand. Something to kill one of my guys, but all of my guys are pretty crappy. 1 attack, 1 attack, 1 attack. So if you use a kill spell on them, I mean, they've got to feel bad because they're killing something that's pretty weak. Yeah, so this is the best card of the 3, and it's weak. So he spent 3 mana to kill my 2 mana thing. Okay, we've got Deprive, that's great. Alright, we're going to attack. So deal 2 damage. Okay, now we're going to play Scholar of Stars. He's cost 4, he's a 3/2, and when he enters, if I have an artifact, I draw a card. I have an artifact. This guy, so I'll draw a card. Cool. Oh, Water Knot. Okay, this costs 3, and I'll play it on a creature, an enemy creature, and they tap it. And it stays tapped. So it's basically like that white card that made the big lion not be able to attack or block. It's a similar thing. Alright, so this guy's a vampire. He's cost 3, he's a 2/2 with flying. So now he can block my 1/1 flyer, and he's bigger. Alright, let's see what to play. I'm going to hold on to this because he's decently powerful. I have 2 disperse. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it. And return it to his hand. So that's called a tempo play. So technically, he can just play it against next turn, but in the meantime, I'm getting in for 5 damage. And I can technically do it next turn too. Now, one thing to notice, black and white are both good at killing things, but they're both good at killing everything. So once they get to 5 mana, you have to be aware that they could kill all my stuff. So I don't want to play all my creatures because, okay, so there's this guy. We remember him. So they're probably going to play this guy again. Yep. Now, we have the ability to get rid of him. To clear out his guys and get through again. Oh. I think we're just going to pass. And hope we draw land here. Okay, we did not. We're just going to play this guy. He's not very good. So they have a 2/2 that can block this guy, and this guy can kill. You know what, though? I'm just going to attack. If he wants to block with either of those, that's great. And if not, I get in for 3 damage. So if he blocks with this, that's great, because I don't want this guy to get bigger. If he blocks with that guy, that's great, because he's a flyer. And if he doesn't block, then I get in for 3 damage. Now, right now, I went first. I've got more creatures. I am the aggressor. So the term, who's the beatdown, that's a question you have to ask. Who is trying to be aggressive? Right now, I've got the advantage, so I want to use that advantage to kill him as quickly. He's behind. He's got fewer creatures. He's got fewer cards, less life. He's trying to stop me. And if he can stop me, then he can turn it around and then become the aggressor. But right now, he's the one that's on the back foot, and I'm trying to push. So in those situations where you've got more creatures on the board, you want to be aggressive. So if I just sit here, he'll be able to catch up. This is not a good card, I don't think. Well, he's a 5/5 flyer. That's actually kind of big. So if I draw land, I'm going to play this. Don't know what he's doing. Okay, so I'm just going to take it. Yep. So 5 damage, I've got tons of life. I could have actually blocked that guy. I'm stupid. Okay. That's big. So we draw a land. I think I'm just going to attack with this guy, that guy, and him. Actually, I'm probably just going to attack with this guy and that guy. Yep. Because he can't be blocked. This guy can be blocked, but if he kills him, that's fine. Let's see. Hopefully it'll let him through. This player's probably newer to the game too. Okay, that seems fine. Yep. So just kill him. Okay. So they did it again. You got... Oh, do not cast instants into open mana. Then I can just do this. And he loses his instant. That's not true. I don't want to say don't cast it, but be careful, because this is just, especially, so something that you're doing a buff to a creature. This is the third time now where people have buffed a creature, and I've punished them with that card. So they're going to take 4. I've only got 3 mana, so I'm just going to use this to do that. So he's basically going to tap that guy. So remember in the 2 games ago with the white deck, we made it so we couldn't attack or block. This is basically the same thing. He's just reading the card. It's an unfortunate thing with Magic that there's so many cards. Eventually you'll just see it and know what it does, but it takes a little while. I don't know what that animation was. So we've got 2 big flyers, but we might just win with these little dorks. We'll see. So if we can win here, let's see, how many spells have we played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not very many. We may just end up doing the blue deck this video. I want to get that mission so we can get the 750 gold. Come on. He doesn't know what to do. So that's not the right decision. You're on the defense, so you don't want to be attacking. I don't think, well, I don't know. I don't think you really gain anything from attacking there. Okay. I think we're just going to attack. And he'll probably have a kill spell. We're gonna hit for 5, 6, 7. Nice. He had it. That's huge. So Settle the Wreckage. I didn't think it would be in a deck this cheap. Cost 4. Exiles all attacking creatures. And that player can basically search that many land cards. So we're going to take action. We get to search for 4 land cards. So that's okay. We lost our attack. But that's, remember when I said holding cards in your hand? That's another reason. So we're going to play this guy. That was a big play. Got rid of, let's see, that's our graveyard. Let's click 4 creatures. Well, 3 cards. So it's a 3 for 1. That was big. But see, he still can't attack because I've got this big dude. Now, as you get better cards, guys like this aren't as good just because they're so expensive that by the time you play them, you're dead. You can play stuff that costs 5 and 6, you just have to build a deck around it. Okay, okay, well we know he has that spell again that we just talked about, so we're not going to block. So he's attacking because he's got a +2/+2 thing. Or he just doesn't realize that this guy is flying, which maybe that's the case. But I can't really afford to... Okay, lifelink's frustrating. So if I draw land... Okay. Oh, I've got like unlimited mana now. So we're just gonna attack first. Because he can't block because his flyer's tapped. Okay, we're gonna play this guy. It's a 1-2, but I got a 1-1. And we get this guy again. Come on. So he must have something in his hand, which is why it's taking so long. Because if you have nothing in your hand, it'll just go really quickly. Okay. We're just going to pass the turn. So this button at the bottom right, we're just going to click this. Oh, cool. Gain 3 life and draw a card. That's actually a decent card. That gets played in you'll see what type of deck it gets played in. If you want to play big cards like this and this, you've got to play cards like that. And that. And that. Things that kill stuff, and things that gain life, and draw cards. Those are needed if you want to play something like this. Once you get better. So that's the fun. Like, this deck only has one of these guys. Imagine if you had 4 of them, because you can have a maximum of 4 of any one kind of card in your deck. Imagine if you had 4 of these guys. That'd be so great. So this is a black-white vampire deck. So vampire, 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 and he just works off of light games. So this is, you'll get this deck in a couple days. Okay. By all means, opponent, take your time. It's not like we've got a life to live. We'll just sit here and just stare at each other. Unfortunately, it is hard. When you're new, you're trying to figure out what is going on. You don't, it's, like I can look at all these cards and I know what they do. But somebody who's new, that is harder for them. Oh, I don't know why you're attacking. You must have one of those things. We're not going to block it. I mean, he's only attacking for 3, so it's not that big of a deal. We've got plenty of life left. Okay, well, we didn't need that land. But we're going to hold this in our hand. So this is an instance, so we don't need it to play it. I mean, maybe we do. But we're just going to play this guy. And when he enters, I'm going to return a creature to his owner's hand. So, pretty much going to be GG. We're going to make that guy go back to his hand. And then we'll attack. He might have settled the wreckage again. That's a good question. He might have, so he's got white, white, so 4. We already got blown out by that once, so there's that 4 mana. Let's just attack with this guy. Does he want to take 9? No, I actually misplayed because this is an area where playing that island would have let me just attack with him, and him, and I would have been able to do lethal. So I could have killed him, but I'm guessing we're going to win either way. But there, I just wanted to play around Settle the Wreckage, so that card that... Okay, so he didn't have it. But it's good. Even if you've got a game locked down and you're pretty confident about winning, play against around the cards that could beat you. So if he had Settle the Wreckage and I lost him and him and him and him, I would have been really sad. they're not gonna win. We're gonna block whatever he attacks with, and then we'll attack with this guy. Come on, man. So, when you're new, it's so much easier early in the game. This is why you want to play an aggressive deck, because when it gets late in the game, there's so many lands, so many cards, so much going on. It's hard to keep track of it all. So, if you're having trouble with that, like the games just get way too complex. We're just gonna block. This guy's gonna die, but we don't care. We just don't want him to get through. Early in the game, there's fewer lands, fewer creatures, less stuff going on, so it's easier to keep track of. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure we just win here. So... he does have a blocker. Attack with these three. I'm just going to leave this guy back, just in case. And then we should have the game. I should have played this beforehand. It doesn't actually matter, but it would have got another spell cast. So we might have to do another game to get enough spells for that blue and white. Whee! Okay. Come on, man. Good, so we're just gonna deal damage. Okay. Good stuff. So, you also have these timeouts. At the bottom, this is ours, and at the top, this is theirs. So, anytime you go without doing anything, which he's doing, it runs out. Once your timeouts are 0, then you lose the game. So please don't do this. This just ruins when you just sit here not doing anything. Okay, I mean, I guess that's... they still die. They actually played decently. So, we finally won. Ugh. So this blue deck's 2-0. Oh, 4... spells away. We get another 100. Alright, I'm gonna do one more. Hopefully this will be quicker. Ah, this guy. You'll meet him later. You will not particularly like him. Okay, this is our curve. They're gonna go first, but we have a 2, we have 2 3s, and a 4. So, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here's our Merfolk deck. Okay, we're probably dead. So, this is the deck, one of the decks you're going to get at the last day of the week. It's blue and green, and all the things are Merfolk, and they work together. So this guy, so on turn 2, he's a 3-3. So we're just going to get wrecked. But it's okay. So, remember the previous one, they were black and white and they were vampires? Well, this is the Merfolk version. So this guy gives other Merfolk +1/+1. This guy costs 1, but he's a 2-2, and he gets +1/+1 from he, so he's a 3-3. We're not going to block. So I'm already down to 14. Okay, this is what aggro decks are like. Now this is probably not a perfect Merfolk deck, but this is what aggressive decks are going to be like better. So see how like their goal is we're going to kill you quickly. And decks like this are what I encourage new players to play because it doesn't require a ton of thought. Okay, we're going to play this guy. Why? Because so he's only 1/2, but he gives us 2 blockers. So he's going to give us that 1/1 again. We need to stay alive. If we can stay alive, we're not going to attack. Because remember last time I talked about there's one guy that's more aggressive and one guy that's defensive. Well, they're dealing damage faster, and so we need to play defense because we want to get so we can cast this and cast that. Okay, so we need to stay alive for a while because they're trying to kill us quickly. Okay, this is okay. I'm just gonna tap probably this Probably just going to attack. Oh, wow. Good. Okay. So if he attacked with this guy, then we're going to block with him and with him. But as it is, we're just going to take it. No blocks. Yeah, I think so. It's only 3 damage. Oh, this is so weak of a card. 4 mana for a 3/3. Ugh. But it's what we gotta play. One damage isn't gonna make a difference. So our goal is basically to defend until that's actually nobody. Nobody has a +1/+1 counter. They just skipped through their attack. That's a big deal. We're gonna have fun with this. Okay, so let's just talk about these guys really quickly. So this guy, when he entered, he tapped a creature, and it didn't untap. So this guy got tapped, and he didn't untap during my last time, so I didn't get to use him. This guy's just a 2/2, but this guy's just a 2/3. He says creatures with +1/+1 counters on them can be blocked. Nobody has counters. These guys all have +1/+1 from this guy, but this is not counters. +1/+1 is different from +1/+1 counters. Does that make sense? A counter stays on. If I kill this guy, if I return it with one of these two, all the +1/+1 goes away from these guys. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit. We're not going to attack. We've got 4 mana. We can cast both of these. If they attack, we're going to bounce him to our hand, and then we're going to blow out, kill a bunch of the rest of their guys. Come on. Attack with everything. Yes. Okay, so he's going to be a 2/2, he's going to be a 2/2, he's going to be a 2/3. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. And then I'll explain what we're doing in a second. Okay, so he's going to be a 2/3. Once we get rid of this guy, he's going to be a 2/3, he's going to be a 2/2, and he's going to be a 2/2. So we're going to put the 3/3 against the 2/3, because this guy's going to survive. He'll kill him. We're going to put the 2/1 against the 2/1, the 2/2, so they're both going to die. And then we're going to put these two guys against the 2/2. So one of these, so this guy will die, but this guy will die, and I'll have this guy left, okay? We're going to push block. Now, we're going to return that to his hand. He might have a counterspell. And his whole board's going to get slaughtered. Fair point. Fair point. There's nothing I can really do about that. So he's going to bounce my thing back to my hand. And his is going to go back to his hand. Divination. We're going to put that to graveyard. Drawing 2 cards. We've got a ton of cards. We need more land. And we're going to pass the turn. Okay, so his whole freaking board is gone. Oh my gosh, we just cannot. We need to draw more lands. So the problem here is we just have like 6, 5. We just have so much expensive stuff. I'm not going to block with them, so I'm going to attack. Might as well. Okay. Somewhat irrelevant. He's going to attack with him. He should. Good. I'm not going to block because I don't want to just lose him for nothing. Okay, if we draw a land, I'm going to play this guy and hold up Disperse again, so we can do that same thing again. This is actually pretty intense, even though his deck is way better than mine. He's drawing a ton of lands. This is not a good card. I mean, it's okay. Okay. This is in every freaking deck. So bad. It's 7 mana. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate. Oh, bugger. Well, we're just gonna sit here. We're on the defense again. He's waiting to draw another one of these guys. But if this is the starter deck, he probably only has 3 total. Go. That's a good card. So now this has a +1/+1 counter. So it's a 3/2 regardless of the 4/3 with this guy. Oh, there it is. Ugh. Okay, we're just gonna keep building up a wall of blockers. Not gonna attack. Okay, I just had to pause for a second. He played that card. So this guy's really powerful. So he's a 3/5 or a 2/4 for 3, which is really solid. I should have blocked. I can't block. Okay, we could be super dead here. We're probably dead. Okay, so we're gonna pay 4, like his ability says, and tap this guy. So we get a 5/6 flyer. So he's big. And we're gonna hold up Disperse. So their guys are just so big, and we're at 4 life. So cards like this are just so bad. Like 7 mana. Like what? I get a 3/3 and so I can kill something, but for 7 mana, 3/3 is almost irrelevant. Like if he was just another one of those disperses. Yep. I mean we're dead, but my deck's just way worse than theirs. It's okay, because we've cast our 4 spells. Silvergill Adept, maybe the best card in the deck. Costs 2, he's a 2/1. You have to reveal Merfolk, which they will. No, they did not, so they paid full 5 for him. And when he enters, he draws a card. So if I didn't have this Disperse, wow. That's interesting. I didn't actually see that. What? Alright, so we're gonna block this guy, and then we're gonna bounce this guy. We might be dead, but oh. I think I misplayed. Yeah, I misplayed. We're dead. It's okay, though. Good stuff. What a way to end on a misplay. So I was assuming that I would set up a block and then bounce him, but I can't block him, so we just lose. So he thinks that he's dead, but I'm super dead. Yep. Alright, so there you see the power of Merfolk. Merfolk is a solid deck. Blue and green. You'll get that deck for free after a week. But we got our 750 Gold. Let's claim it. Okay, so we have 2450. Now you can use some of that. Let's talk about, before we go, let's talk about some of the other. You can do draft. I don't really like draft. You can do a constructed event. So let's look at that. So for 500 gold, you can basically go until you get 3 losses. So you pick a deck, you go until you get 3 losses. If you get 3 wins, you get. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so this is actually something I'll probably consider doing. Our decks are terrible right now. We need more money or more cards, but you can pay 500 gold and you go until you win 3. So if you win or you lose 3, so if you win 3, you'll get 400 gold. So you'll get most of your gold back plus 3 cards. So 3 uncommons. So for 100 gold, you get 3 uncommons. That's really solid. For if you win 4 times, you get 1 rare plus 2 uncommons. So we'll probably start doing that soon. But in the meantime, let's go to the store. I'm gonna buy 2 packs from Ravnica. So we're gonna use most of our coins up. We just need, our decks are terrible, and we just need some cards. We're gonna open those up. See what we get. This is solid. Whatever. Good card. I don't know why. This is the 6th one of these that I've pulled. Okay, this is a common wild card. 2/1 first strike. There's another unexplained disappearance. And a red-white land. Okay, these lands are great. I'll explain those. Well, yeah, we'll explain those. I might try to make a red-white deck. That'll be fun. That was actually the first deck that I made. So once we try out the red and the black decks, we might try building our own deck and see what happens. But yeah, so there we go. So we got some cards. And I think I'm going to end that there. Tomorrow we will get a green and red deck. And that'll add a lot of new cards. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll have another video soon.